Guys, what's good? It's your boy Phil. Today we're talking One Punch Man, kind of doing a little refresher, little recap, little state of the union type shit. I recently just reread all the chapters after the Monster Association just because I wanted to see how things were going and kind of where we're at in One Punch Man. And one of the things that crossed my mind is that where the hell are all the S-Class heroes, bro? Where'd they go? They're all gone, bro. We've seen a total of like 5 of them post-Monster Association, which is kind of crazy to think about because we were seeing them every chapter just not too long ago. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Kind of speculate, I guess, where they're at, if they're going to come around anytime soon, what's going on. Most of them are probably like in the hospital and shit. Remember, nuclear fallout, that type of stuff. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So without further ado, let's do this shit. So right off the bat, there was that meeting, remember? You remember that meeting a couple of chapters ago that had, some of the Hero Association executives, and it had a bunch of S-Class heroes. It had Zombie Man in there. It had Genos in there. Flashy Flash was there. Amai Mask was there as well, which Amai Mask seems like he's becoming a really important character right now. Even the last chapter, remember when Saitama was flying through the buildings and shit, Amai Mask noticed him. Amai Mask is, he's on to shit. He's on to shit. He's starting to learn about my boy Saitama. So stay tuned for that. That's probably going to be important later down the line. But regardless, those were the big 4, I would say, that it was nice to see post-Monster Association, right? When they were in that meeting, they were talking about God and whatnot, and my boy Garo and everything that was happening. And this kind of started the suspicions of my boy and my mask was having over Saitama. So that was an important part. I feel I had to mention. Yeah, because they were the only S-Classes that showed up. Another S-Class hero we've seen here and there, not really in the spotlight just yet, is Metal Knight, right? We've seen him in only a handful of these post-Monster Association chapters. We've seen him in the lab doing his little thing. We've seen him with robots and whatnot. Remember when Saitama whooped those gate guardian monster robots that were guarding the headquarters? Yeah, that's when we saw him. I feel like he's also, gonna come up pretty soon after this whole Tatsumaki things ends. I feel there's like 3 different paths I could see us going down in terms of like where the story and plot progresses in One Punch Man, right? Because we have this whole psychic association, Apollo, I forgot what the shit is called. That whole thing, right? That's a whole like rabbit hole we could go down. And then we have Metal Knight, obviously, right? There's a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden stuff going on with him. What's he all about? What's up with that beef with Drive Knight, right? We just kind of slid that shit under the rug. What's up with that? And then we obviously have the whole God thing going on, which is, the overarching plot of everything going down. So those are like 3 paths I could see, and I don't know what's going to happen first, but Metal Knight, I just wanted to throw him out there. We've seen him, which is actually kind of interesting because we hardly ever saw this guy before, and now we just saw him at the end of the Monster Association arc, and now in kind of these, epilogue type chapters. So keep an eye on that dude. Another 2 S-Classes I wanted to shout out that you might have forgot about because they happened a couple months ago was Bang, right? We saw Bang pretty early on after the Monster Association arc when he was hanging out with Garo, right? We had this whole moment, this kind of epilogue-y type thing where we're like, okay, Garo's gonna, start training with the boy Bang again. He's gonna become an S-Class hero. That's what they said. He was gonna become Bang's successor, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how long that's going to take. It's probably going to take a while, but, they said it. They said it in the manga. It was right there. So, look out for that. I would actually really like to see Garo come back sooner rather than later, but, a bunch of people probably hate this dude, right? So, I don't think that's going to happen for a while, maybe. But, nevertheless, we saw him, Bang retiring, right? Doing his thing. He's going to, train in the dojo, I guess, that type of stuff. Which is pretty cool, but more on that later, I guess, because, I'm just trying to wait for Garo, right? I'm trying to see that guy come back into the limelight. That was that boy, man. Garo, crazy-ass character, dude. Love that man. But besides the point, that's kind of the state on those 2. And then you had Pig God, right? Pig God literally showed up, I think it was the chapter right after the Monster Association arc. He went back to go, it might have been the 2nd chapter, I don't know, but he went back to go eat the remnants of evil natural water. And you know, that whole thing happened. So we saw him. So why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Well, that's like what, 7 or like 8 S-Class heroes that we've seen thus far in the post-Monster Association chapters, right? And obviously Tatsumaki, which is kind of the focal point right now, right? That's them. But there's like half the other S-Class heroes that they're just gone. We don't know where they're at, what they're doing, what's up with them. I forgot to mention King, by the way. King has obviously been a character, a recurring character in these post chapters, but that's besides the point. I'm talking about Darkshine, right? Where's that dude at? Tank Top Master, right? Fucking Watchdog Man. Where's that dude at? That guy's, yeah. Where is that? Besides the point. Like you get what I'm saying? Like Child Emperor, bro. He's got to be an important character when we dive into like the Metal Knight stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even Atomic Samurai, he was there. He was at the whole end of the world fucking apocalypse, right? Those are the characters, Drive Knight, obviously, right? We haven't seen yet that I'm interested in and what they're doing and where they're at and that type of shit. Now, I'm thinking that most of them are probably in the hospital, right? Getting treatment and whatnot for the nuclear stuff. You obviously saw they were talking about that with Pig God, right? In like the first few chapters. Metal Bat, right? Metal Bat, we just, you know, saw a couple chapters ago. He was doing his thing, you know, he had like kittens on the way or some shit like that. Besides the point, I'm thinking injury, right? Injury is probably the main reason we haven't seen a lot of them. But these are obviously, you know, the thing about the Monster Association arc that I liked so much is because it was kind of like the first time where we got these S-Class heroes as their, like, they got their own little main, like, arcs, you know what I'm talking about? They were the main characters for a lot of these chapters. You know, they had their one-on-one fights, whatnot. We got to, you know, dive deeper into them and stuff like that. Obviously, most of it was due to Garo, right? Because he was kind of the main character for a large chunk of the series, but nevertheless, we still got to see a lot of these characters, which is pretty cool, and I want to kind of keep that momentum, you know? I want to keep that pace. Blast, obviously, I forgot to mention Blast. The thing about Blast, right? I have to reread what chapters are canon, you know what I'm saying? Because when Blast showed up, a lot of that stuff got retconned, right? So, yeah, I have to reread that whole chunk and actually see when Blast showed up, if Blast showed up, that type of stuff. Yeah, because I just don't remember straight up. I just don't remember what chapters are valid and what aren't. But that's besides the point. So, kind of, if I had to throw, like, 3 S-Class heroes that, like, I really, you know, want to see what they're up to, and, like, soon, right? It'd probably be Child Emperor, right? Because, I mean, we're going to dive into some Metal Knight type stuff. And he's got to be, you know, he's got to be there. He's got to be an important character because, you know, that was like his father figure, bro. You know what I'm saying? That might be too deep, but you know what you get what I'm putting down, you know? Drive Knight, obviously, again, when we dive into that Metal Knight stuff, I'm trying to, who's the imposter, bro? Who's the imposter? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And then Darkshine, I guess, right? I mean, dude, Darkshine, like, a year and a half ago, bro, we were so hyped about this dude, bro. When he was fighting Garo, that shit was so hyped, bro. What's up with that dude, bro? His whole mental is fucked, bro. So I'm trying to see what's up with him this post Monster Association arc. That's what I'm trying to see. Those are the characters I'm hyped for, that I'm trying to see what they're doing right now. And if, you know, did I mention Takedown Master? Yeah, we haven't seen that guy either yet. He's probably just messed up. Puri, that's another. Come on, dude. Where are these guys at? Where are they at, bro? This is supposed to be epilogue, bro. I don't know. Nevertheless, that's kind of one thing I'm thinking about with these chapters, and kind of where we go after the Saitama versus Tatsumaki fight that we got going on right now, which I'm enjoying, by the way. Maybe I sound like I don't enjoy it. I do like it. I think it's funny. It gives me season 1 vibes of One Punch Man, so I'm enjoying that. But yeah, that's all I got to say, really. Guys, let me know down below your thoughts, ideas, all that shit, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Fuck, I just hit my finger. Peace out.